Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. The servers are up. Destiny 2.0.0, or Destiny 2 2.0.0. The August 28th preload big patch is live, hopefully for just about everybody now, as long as you're not having any weird download issues. But other than that, we are in the game. Before I jump into the weekly reset, two things. One, there is a ton of patch notes going on right now, so that will be a separate video for me to go over a lot of those changes for you guys. Right now I'm going to do a weekly reset and kind of just the general overall things that you might be looking at that would be changing. I'm going to cover kind of the weapon slots and things like that in a separate video, especially once I've had a chance to jump into those and see what everything's all about. But the other piece is my giveaway that's going on. The link should be below in the description, probably the first thing that you guys can see. And the way the giveaway works, whoever wins is going to have Year 2 of Destiny, all of Year 2, including the annual pass, coming to you. So we'll work on platform. If you've already played, if you have all of Season 1 or all of Year 1 in the annual pass, Forsaken annual pass coming to you. If you need anything on top of that, we'll definitely figure it out and make sure you are covered to jump into Forsaken next week. And that giveaway is going to end on Sunday at noon. So Sunday, noon Central Time, it will be done. So 11:59 is the last chance to get in there. So I will let you guys know on all of my videos as that's going along. The link will be there. Spread the word around. Again, if you got somebody who might be looking to, get a copy of Forsaken, or if you're looking to pick one up, all of that stuff will be covered. And if you do for some reason get one and say you've already pre-purchased it, talk to me. We'll see if we can figure something out. Or maybe if you want to be generous, we might donate it and see who else could be the winner of those options as well. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into the weekly reset stuff now that that is out of the way. So let's start with the director. We got some changes here, getting ready for Forsaken. As you can see, most everything has shifted to the left. We're making space for the Tangled Shore out here in the Reef, and also the Dreaming City, which will come, I'm guessing, when you get through the campaign. But the Tangled Shore will come here. That will be later. But as you can see, other things have shifted. Planets to the left, the Strikes, the Crucible, all that stuff shifted down. When Forsaken launches, Gambit should be right here in the middle as well. Speaking of Strikes and Crucible, let's jump into the Vanguard and the Crucible pods first. So the Vanguard, we have three things. You can actually see your Vanguard, which right now shows Cade. I have a feeling something may be changing shortly with regards to that, because unless you've been living under a rock, Cade is unfortunately about to have a very bad week. But we have some changes. Meditations are gone from Ikora. They do not exist anymore. On the other side, you will have daily heroic story missions. They will have modifiers, which is kind of cool. Pretty much just the way the heroic strikes were. You're going to have a Singe, basically active on all week, on all activities, whether it's heroic strikes, strikes, which are going to change, which we'll get to in a little bit. You have your daily story, heroics, and then also your heroic adventures. All have the same modifiers every day. So the Singe will be all week, and then your daily rotation of buff and debuff are also going to be rotating daily, but it's the same across everything. So if you know Heavyweight's an option, or if you know Grenadier's an option, and you have a certain build for that, it's going to be the same across the daily. Glass and Brawler. So for your modifiers this week that are going to help you beneficially, Heavyweight is the big one usually for me, and that's going to be tomorrow, so Wednesday. And then Saturday are going to be 2 days for Heavyweight. So if you want to check out some story missions, and they're probably going to get a lot easier, those are going to be your easy days for it. But if you want to jump in there, do one a day, you may as well just check out and see what's going on. The nice thing is you can pick 3 different missions. They're kind of correspondent to your light level that you'd have as you're going through them. So 6 and Chosen, those are both vanilla. And the Gateway is going to be Osiris, so of course that one's going to be 310. Warmind would probably be like 330, 340, something like that. So they're power level distinct basically to what expansion you've got, so you're always going to be able to play them no matter what expansion you have, as long as you have the expansion. Now, if you don't have Curse of Osiris, probably won't have the Gateway as an active option. But jump in there, have some fun. It's just cool to go back and play missions sometimes. And I think it's more fun to play them with modifiers. If I'm going to replay them, at least give it something different. So I'm definitely glad to see this. So next we've got your strikes. Currently it only shows legacy strikes. This will be changing when Forsaken launches with the 300, 400, and 500 power strikes. But again, your modifiers will be the same on the new ones, and those are just going to be power level requirement. And it's 40 levels above. When you pass that mark, you lose that playlist. So if I'm 340, I still have my 300 playlist, but if I'm now 380, like I basically am on most of my characters now, or 390, that 300 power level playlist is gone, but the 400 will be active. 500 will always be there. You'll never lose that one, even if you get close to 600. Your 500 strikes will always be there. Those should have modifiers, again, matched with the daily adventure, the adventures, and the daily story. So your modifiers are the same for all activities that have them. And that's just a good old match-made playlist. Now, the challenges you can see has moved. So instead of it being a milestone, which is very empty, as you can tell right now, we have the challenges, which are basically attached to specific activities. We've got complete a strike. Now, I'm going to have to go through and test a couple of these because it says complete a strike, and you get legendary gear. So it's not complete 3 heroics, which maybe they don't have that active because Forsaken will have a different difficulty. So this one may just not have a lot to do this week for a powerful gear type item. But I'm going to do this one. If something changes, look for my comments. I'll have some updates if anything change. I'll pin my comment to the top with changes that I find. But that will be matchmaking pretty standard. Then you have 300, 400, 500, come Forsaken. Nightfall. These changes are here. Now this is, again, complete a Nightfall 1, which normally would give you powerful gear, but this says legendary as well. I don't know if it's legendary powerful or not. We'll just have to see what the rewards are. But you complete 1, so you can click on it. Now, this straight up is just going to be a challenge activity. Your challenges are going to be active. The challenge card is there. So the fire team leader has a challenge card that enables modifiers. Your equipment seems to be locked no matter what I do. I unloaded all the modifiers. You can turn them on and they'll be there. But the equipment lock seems to be straight up. That's it. So whatever you lock into with your new weapon slots, which I'll cover in the separate video, but they are active. So you got your special, your primary, and your heavy. A little back to Destiny 1 on your naming. Sorry, it fell completely out. But the modifiers will be there, but the Nightfall is going to lock, and it's basically going to be your challenge. I muted that for a sneeze, so I tried to cut that one out. Cool thing about the Nightfall, it is already active that you can pick which Nightfall you're doing. Your Legacy Nightfall will always be 270, and the new one's probably going to be, I don't know, 500. We're just honestly going to have to see what the new Nightfall is. It is going to be difficult, that's all we know. I don't know if it's 500, 550, whatever it is, but the Nightfall is probably not going to be done on the first day, unless your name is Esoteric, and then shout out at that man. I don't think anything can stop him. Now, granted, if it's like 550 and we start at 400, you won't be able to do damage to anything in there until you're probably about 501. You need to be 50 levels within to not be actually shooting things that say immune. But if you're going to do the Nightfall this week, you can pick your strike, which is cool. So if you know the Pyramidion is good with a certain singe modifier, you can change that one up. If the Tree of Probabilities is easy and you know how to melt him with like Void, Tractor Cannon, and a bunch of other stuff, do that. Most of these, like Strange Terrain, if you're going to fight Nokris, you can throw, you know, a Solar Singe on and Heavyweight, go in there, not worry about scoring because this week it's not going to matter, and melt any of their faces with Whisper if you've got it, Sleeper Simulant, things like that. So you can choose your strike for the Nightfall, so you've got some options depending on your expansion, and also you just have some variety. You're not stuck in one strike, so that is actually very cool. I don't know if I'm going to do a solo of all three. I will try and do a solo of one, just kind of whichever one feels like, you know, an easy one to knock out for you guys. I'll see how the week goes for videos. Otherwise, for the director, we do have a couple of changes. The Crucible right now is fairly tame, as you can tell, but the challenge tab continues here. This is complete 3 Crucible matches. This feels like your first time playing, like you have to cross the basic checkboxes to get your legendary gear, but it doesn't have your standard like call to arms where you get your however many percentage of playing in Crucible, which is usually based on kills. That one's not even an option, and again, the powerful gear is not there. So again, this is one of those, as I play through and things update, look for my posted comment. Sorry that this is like half a video, but trying to get you guys something to look at so you know what to expect when you log in. 3 matches completed. You can do quick play or competitive. I would mention that quick play is probably going to be a little easier and a little less head scratching. Rumble is still here. Private matches are here. Weekly playlists are gone until they activate those for Forsaken, and Trials is straight up on hiatus until probably Season 5. So Trials will not be coming back for quite some time. A couple other changes you'll notice is the little yellow icons are kind of telling you there's something to do. So Mars is the Flashpoint this week. So you're going to have Patrol Mars. See, this one is why I'm wondering if there's other activities I need to do. Patrol Mars, activities completed 0%, probably the same feel. Cool thing about the Flashpoint now, you can do Lost Sectors and Heroic Adventures to advance this as well. So, bonus, more than just public events. Thank you, Bungie. This one actually shows powerful gear. So I have a hunch I need to go do a couple other activities before the powerful gear unlocks. And it's kind of like, you know, starting over again. It's fine. I'm going to be playing enough. No big deal. But the Flashpoint, I like how it's got more variety. Lost Sectors, Heroic Adventures have some fun in there and gives you a reason to go do adventures. Never usually do, and now you do. Something different than all the public events. Also, while we're talking about the Flashpoint, I mean, that's kind of one thing, but the Escalation Protocol this week, check out your new weapon slots. Ammo seems to be dropping more abundantly. Pyro Gaming, if you guys know him out there, he's a fun YouTuber. I know him pretty well. And you've got your weapon slots, but the fact that you've got, you know, a lot of options between shotguns and snipers and kinetics and things like that, you're going to have hopefully a higher damage output, and ammo seems to be abundant, especially for specials like snipers and fusions. So if you need some more damage, hopefully we're going to be able to get some nice output on it. And that being said, stuff like Escalation Protocol should be a little more manageable with a group of randoms, just because you're going to be able to put more damage out. So check it out, see how it goes. You get the SMG this week is your option. So it's the SMG, the Ikelos SMG is still dropping from that. Most of the planets look the same. European Dead Zone looks the same, pretty standard. If you have any random quests to do, so I should show you guys this as well. So I have a couple quests that I just haven't done. Honestly, just haven't gotten around to them, haven't been really pressed because I did most of them on PS4 and didn't repeat them yet. So say I've got Dynasty, Calculated Action. So it's going to show on your map, but also some of your quests are going to show in your Pursuits tab. So I've got right over here, Calculated Action, complete. It's actually going to show in your Pursuits. So bounties, quests, this stuff is going to be involved in this area now. So you can see what the rewards are, what's going on with it. So it's actually kind of cool to actually check out just the steps active in your pursuits without even looking at the map. You're like, what do I have to do? Cool, this is my stuff to do. So in Forsaken launches, not everything is just going to be smashing you in the face in your milestones tab. Check your pursuits tab, and that will help you with some quests that you need to do as well. But other than that, the only other major change is where did the Leviathan go? It's in the Nessus page. So if you go in here, you'll notice the map is still here. All of this is here, but if you scroll down, you'll see Nessus Orbit. And they put the Leviathan down in here. So if you click on it, everything's still the same. You still have your prestige modifiers for your raids, which this week is kind of bananas. So you've got Arsenal, which is when you empty your clip of a weapon, it refills the clip of your next weapon. But you've got anything in your kinetic slot. So you've got snipers, possibly a shotgun if it's like Hawthorns, scout rifles, hand cannons, whatever. But you've got fusion and fusion. Now fusion can be a standard fusion rifle in the energy slot and potentially a fusion, likely to be a linear fusion rifle is what you're looking for in the power slot. So I don't think there's any standard besides, say, Merciless that might hang in there. We're just going to have to see where a couple things moved. And that's why it's like the patch notes, other things, that's going to be a different deep dive video for weapon slots and things. I'm just trying to cover the basics of the weekly reset and your general changes of what you're looking at in the director. Not too much else, but we have a couple other things to cover and a moment of silence for a very empty post. But let's cover the Eververse first for this final week before Season 4. Alright, so here at Eververse, we've got the Curtain Call, which is the roses and the confetti. You've got the Impatience, looking at the watch. You've got the Vespulsar, Sparrow, and then ornaments for like everything. There's some cool ones here. You got Sleeper, Sturm, Telesto, Polaris Lance, which is actually really cool. It makes this thing insanely long looking. And, of course, Legend of Acarius, kind of a beast. So all of those are there. Still got your prototype Ingrams for the last ones. And if you're working on, you know, farming tokens and things like that, don't forget your boons. But let us head over to the hangar, and we'll discuss over there. Alright, Guardians, this is where I am going to wrap up this weekly reset because I'm going to go through the patch notes, how the weapon slots feel, any other stuff that's going on with the actual big patch changes. That's going to be a separate video because if I did them together, this is already probably too long, but that one's going to be very long, so heads up. But again, check out the link below for the giveaway. That will be going on again through Sunday at noon, and then I'll get a hold of the winner and reach out to them and figure out what we can do to make their Forsaken playing of all of Year 2 taken care of. But right now, we are looking in front of the post where Cade was leaning, and he has stepped out. So he has left. So check out Bungie.net. They have already started some of the craziness that is going on with his investigation to go see what's going on, all of that stuff. There's a weird cryptic post. There's a lot of stuff to read. So check out Bungie.net to see what's going on with Cade. I think they've already started it. the week is going to be a crazy week as we lead up to Forsaken. So thank you guys for checking out the video. If you did enjoy it, drop a like below, leave a comment if you got any questions. Just want to say, hey, don't forget about the giveaway. Get yourself entered in that, and I'd love to get you guys a copy. But outside of that, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Ebontis, twitter.com Ebontis. Check me out on either of those. And of course, thank you all for the support and the love on the stream and the chats and in Twitter and in Flashpoints and just in everything that I do for you guys. I appreciate the support and just saying hey and all the comments. You guys are always so kind. I thank you for all the kind words. They do mean a lot. If there's anything I can ever change for the videos, let me know. But other than that, enjoy the week. We will have to see what comes. There are some awesome videos out there. Check them out. They are amazing. The hype train is full speed, and I cannot wait for next week. There will be no Cade Stash video for obvious reasons. He's not here. And other than that, I will see you soon. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. Wherever you're at around the world, have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.